Hey there, Katerina Barada here, and today I'm going to be sharing 7 essential stress management strategies to help you feel more ease and joy in your everyday life, especially when times get tough. So, these strategies don't just teach you how to deal with stress when it comes up, but we're also going to be addressing the root causes of stress. So, what is stress? Stress is basically an inability to adapt to change effectively. So, something happens in your life that makes things go in a direction that you may not want, or in an unpredictable way, or in an unfamiliar direction, and that causes stress because you're unable to adapt to what's going on. So, we are going to be talking about how to increase your adaptability and improve your stress response so that you don't feel so stressed out all the time and you don't feel as anxious. So, number one that a lot of people don't think about when they think about stress is food. What you're eating has a huge impact on how you feel. And we know this especially now because more and more research is coming out about the importance of the microbiome, of all the bacteria and fungi and viruses and protozoa that are lingering and living inside of your GI tract. These actually have a huge impact on your overall bodily function, including neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and how those function in your body. And most people know those neurotransmitters, if you've heard of them before, as mood enhancing neurotransmitters, right? They're responsible for helping you feel good. So if you have an unhealthy gut, then you are also going to have a much harder time feeling good and happy and easy about life, and you're going to have increased stress response. You're also going to have more inflammation in your body if you're not eating a gut healthy diet, and that's going to lead your body to struggle to function well. And where do emotions sit? Where do we feel emotions? They're also called feelings, right? Because we feel them in our body. And if you've got a lot of inflammation going on in your body, then you are going to be feeling inflamed. You're going to be feeling agitated. You're not going to be feeling good. And that's going to have a direct effect on what's going on in your mood as well. So, in order to reduce stress, a really great place is to start by eating less inflammatory promoting foods, more gut healthy foods, and also incorporating some anti-inflammatory aspects into your diet as well. And we'll get a little bit more into that a little bit down the line in number 7 when I talk about herbs. But for right now, let's just start with number 1. If you want to reduce stress, look at your diet, increase anti-inflammatory foods, decrease pro-inflammatory foods, eat gut healthy foods. And I'm going to be making another video on how to do that very soon, but that is a great place to start. Number 2, sleep. Most people are not getting enough sleep, and everybody thinks that they need to just be in bed for 6 to 7 hours to fully function at optimal levels. But this is not true. So most people actually need at least 8 hours on average every night in order to function properly. And this is both physical functioning and mental functioning, mental clarity, acuity, productivity, and mood. If you aren't getting enough sleep, then you are going to be, you're cutting yourself short from feeling good and acting as well as you want, performing as well as you want in life. So getting enough sleep is really, really important. And one way to do that is to make sure that you schedule at least 8.5 hours of time in bed, because most people don't fall asleep the second that their head hits the pillow. You take a little while before you actually get into a deeper state of sleep. If you have young children waking you up, you're going to want to schedule even more time so that you are able to get in at least 8 hours of actual sleep every night. And I know this can be so hard because there's so many things that you want to do in life, and you feel like you're missing out on if you don't if you're spending all your time in bed. However, you will enjoy life more, and you will be more productive and more effective and feel better, less anxious, less stressed if you're getting adequate sleep. So really prioritize that. Create good sleep environment in your bedroom so that you're able to get as much sleep as possible, good quality sleep, and make sure that you're getting at least 8 hours on average. The next thing that is really important in terms of stress management is movement, exercise. And this does not mean that you have to spend an hour at the gym every day of the week. This just means moving your body throughout the day, just getting up and going for a nice little stroll, stretching your body every hour, getting up and moving just in gentle ways, maybe doing some yoga right before bed or practicing Qigong, or just, 20 jumping jacks if you feel like you've been sitting too long. Every little bit adds up. It is really good to get some cardiovascular health in there as well. So going for a brisk walk or jog a few times a week is definitely going to benefit you, but you don't have to do a lot to get a lot of benefit. Just make sure that you continue to move every single day throughout the day. Don't just allot half an hour to this is my exercise time. Really try to incorporate it into every hour of the day so that you're not just sitting most of the time. That is really going to help your body deal with stress a lot better. It's going to move stagnation out, get rid of some toxins, and improve circulation, improve your hormonal response, and everything will feel better if you're moving on a regular basis. Number 4, nature. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to spend time in nature. Spend time outdoors in direct sunlight without protection. So spending at least 20 minutes on average in direct sunlight every single day so that you get adequate amounts of vitamin D. The best way to get vitamin D is through your skin, through sunlight. And this depends on your skin shade. So people who are paler need to spend less time in the sun. People who have darker skin may need to spend more time in the sun. It also depends on the time of year and the climate. So if you live in a darker place that tends to be cloudier, you're going to probably need to spend a little bit more time in the sun than somebody who lives right on the equator in the middle of summer. But you do want to spend enough time in the sun in order to absorb vitamin D. And even though that varies, on average, it's about 20 minutes of direct, unprotected sunlight every single day in order to gain those benefits. But also, it's been shown that spending time in communing with nature, interacting with nature, really enjoying natural things like a beautiful plant or a tree or sitting on grass, those all have positive psychological and maybe even physiological effects. So there was one study that happened in a hospital where they showed that people who had a window that faced a natural environment healed faster and were released sooner from the hospital than people who did not have any nature around them during their stay. So even just looking at a tree can improve your mood and your overall health. Now that is pretty powerful stuff. And there's a lot of trendiness in the wellness environment right now, in the wellness sphere on social media and on the web right now about grounding. But there really is something to this. So the more you spend time with your feet on the earth, the more stable you will feel. And in Chinese medicine, the earth is the source of comfort and stability and a sense of satisfaction in life. So if you feel like you are lacking stability and satisfaction and comfort, then just taking off your shoes and putting your feet in the grass, or maybe doing some gardening, or anything that helps you connect with the earth itself is going to be grounding and beneficial for your mental health, and definitely help you reduce stress and improve your stress response when things happen that are unexpected. The next thing is meditation. Everybody talks about how important meditation is, but a lot of people think that they are bad at it or that they can't do it. Or I've even had a patient come to me and say, oh, I do enough thinking as is. But the thing about meditation is that it's like a vacation for your brain. It's really a time out. It's giving yourself the permission to just be and enjoy life for a moment. It really is about enjoyment. It shouldn't be a task, even though at the beginning especially it can feel like that, but eventually it turns into this oasis for yourself, this little spa retreat for your mind that you get to take every day, and it helps to reset your stress response. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So instead of being in fight or flight activity mode that leads to chronic stress if it's activated too much, meditation gives you a chance to really tap into parasympathetic nervous system mode of rest and digest. And this gives you a baseline then to turn to. It makes the neural connections in your brain stronger that lead to enhanced a better, a healthier stress response. So if you practice relaxing, you have an easier time relaxing when things get a little heavy and hectic in your life. So I cannot emphasize the importance of having a meditation practice enough. There are lots of different types of meditation. The simplest way is to just sit for 10 or 15 minutes, focus on your breathing or a constant sound like the air conditioner or a highway nearby, or a fan, and just think about nothing. See if you can get yourself to think about nothing. And thoughts will come up, they will arise, they always do. And when they do, when you notice that you've been thinking something, just blow those thoughts away and come back to that point of focus. And just allow yourself to relax for 10 or 15 minutes through meditation every day, and you will see tremendous benefits over time in your stress response. The next thing is mindset. A lot of us have mental patterns. We tend to think the same thoughts over and over again. It's estimated that maybe 90% of the thoughts that you think have been thought before every single day. We just have these patterns of thought in our minds, and many of these patterns are not actually beneficial. They are not helping us deal with life in effective ways. They are just adding to our stress response. And the way that you know if a thought is beneficial or not is by how you feel when you think it. So if you notice yourself thinking something that then makes your shoulders come up to your ears and your breath quicken and your stomach feels tight, well, then that probably isn't a thought that is helping you reach your goals of generalized well-being or productivity for that matter. Worried thoughts tend to distract us from what we actually have in front of us to do and what we can actually handle in that moment. So if you start to notice your thoughts by, for example, doing a journaling exercise where you just free write whatever comes to mind and then evaluating your thoughts and questioning your thoughts. I have some articles on my website about how to do this. Then you're going to start dissociating you're going to start giving less importance to your thoughts. You're not going to believe your thoughts as much, and you can actually retrain your thought patterns to be in a more positive direction. So instead of going into your default stressful and anxious thought patterns, you can practice thinking more positive thoughts and help yourself make more positive thought patterns more of your default more of the time. And you can also start to notice when you're thinking stressful thoughts and practice refocusing in a more effective, productive, positive direction. Now, this takes practice. It takes time. Be gentle with yourself. But the more awareness you can bring to your thought patterns and the more you can consciously choose to focus on things that make you feel good, the better you will feel, the less stressed you will feel, and the more you will come in line with the type of person that you want to be. And finally, herbs. Herbal medicine is immensely powerful. We do not give plants enough credit, and this isn't just in interacting with nature, it also means in ingesting. So we already covered how diet has an effect on our mental health, but this also comes in a very esoteric idea of the energy of plants. Each plant has its own personality, and when we take plants as herbal medicine, we put some of that personality right into our bodies, and that has an effect on our mental state as well. Now, there are many herbs that can help you reduce stress and anxiety, and I have a wonderful resource on my website, a free download of the 11 herbs that I most recommend to patients who come see me who are dealing with stress and anxiety. So if you want to download that, you can head right over to katerinabarata.com/herbs-for-anxiety, or just search Herbs for Anxiety Katerina Barata, and you will come to that free PDF download. And I hope that you found this helpful. Again, to review, the 7 strategies that are going to help you manage stress most effectively, getting to both the root cause and when you're dealing with stressful situations, are food, diet, eating anti-inflammatory, probiotic, prebiotic foods, sleep, enhancing sleep, making sure that you're getting the sleep that you need, moving throughout the day, not just for a limited amount of time, and making sure that you're really doing that every day throughout the day, spending time with nature, meditating, working on your mindset, observing your thoughts, and retraining them in a more positive, productive direction. And finally, herbal medicine. All right, I hope you found this helpful. Please leave a comment. Feel free to follow along on YouTube and on Instagram at katerinabarada.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. All right. And again, go to my website and download that free PDF. I think that you'll find it really helpful, and these herbs could really change your life and how you experience everything. So I can't wait to see where it takes you.